friends, how's it going? It is the 10th of September, and on today's podcast, as you can see from the intro and from what my desktop shows, that we will be going over the latest Neon Revolt article. It just came out today. And before we get into that, a lot going on with this channel. I haven't posted since last Monday. It's 7 days. I had to take a break off. I went to a tailgate. Went to the South Carolina Georgia Bulldog game yesterday, Saturday, and just from yelling, my voice is really scratchy, so just bear with that. But also coming my way, and friends of the East Coast, be careful, because Hurricane Florence will be here Friday. Right now, I believe it's a sustained Category 4 hurricane. Just in time, right? Just in time to swing on in. Right, coming almost directly at South Carolina, North Carolina, Virginia, D.C. Be careful out there. This is going to be a very big storm. Hopefully, the most things that people need to look out for is flooding and tornadoes. That's the worst. But make sure that you prepare yourselves, as Trump says, because this is National Preparedness Month. I have talked about that a couple times. But the big news is, shirts have come in. This is the front. This is the back. Sweet deal, right? Very cool. Decals. Boom. Da-da-da-da. Right here. I don't know if I'm being ridiculous doing this, but whatever. I need to show you. This is a car decal. This is the same thing that's on front of the shirt. So, yeah. I wanted to show you guys that they have come in. The decals will be $5. The t-shirts will be $22. If you are a $10 and up Patreon donator, if you had donated to my Patreon and you have been $10 or more, definitely I will get in contact with you, as you will get free shipping if you still want one. I know it's been a long time. These things take time. They really do. And, that's what I wanted to share with you guys. It's been a while. It's been like a week since I've done one of these. Also, tomorrow, September 11th, so definitely be wary of what's your surroundings for sure. And hit the internet big time. All social media with your meme warfare. We got to red pill all these normies. I'm already seeing some memes always talking about, melting of the steel, and planes, can they do this, and why was it demolished, and all this kind of stuff. Definitely use your meme warfare, because we got to spread truth, right? But enough of my rambling. We need to go ahead and hop into this. This is true reporting, and it's good to be back. He says, Neon Revolt says, breaking microchip and the deep state. Hashtag new Q, QAnon Great Awakening. Hashtag Neon Revolt. If you are unfamiliar with Neon Revolt, please go to neonrevolt.com. This guy is top notch. I've been covering him I've been reading him since before I even started doing this podcast, which was the 1st of January this year. So go to his Gab account and donate to him. He has awesome merch. Neon Revolt is where it's at. So yeah, let's keep going. He says, guys, are you ready for this week? Washington Examiner says, President Trump is expected to declassify documents related to his one-time campaign aide Carter Page and Justice Department official Bruce Orr. According to a report Sunday, allies close to the president told Axios the move could happen as early as this week. This is the point of no return, Neon Revolt says. In screenwriting, you'll sometimes hear these moments called act breaks. It's when a choice or a decision is made that is irreversible. It pushes the action along into the next act, and everyone changes forever as a result. History has quite a few of these, and believe me when I say history is about to be made. We always knew this day would come, ... This is from September 8th. A Q post. There was a time when our children stood at attention, put their hand over their heart, and in one united voice recited the Pledge of Allegiance. There was a time when strength and honor meant something. There was a time when standing for our flag meant something. There was a time when our heritage was taught with pride and respect. There was a time when respect was given to those who served and past tense served, bled and died to protect and defend our God-given freedom. There was a time when we were grateful. There was a time when we when these United States of America, one nation under God, was united. There was a time when these United States of America, one nation under God, was under one flag. There was a time when we, the people, decided our future. There was a time when we, the people, had a voice. There was a time when we, the people, were united and strong. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. It is time we, the people, reclaim what is rightfully ours. May God bless America and all those who defend and protect her against all enemies, foreign and domestic. We stand together as patriots. Where we go one, we go all. Home of the brave, Q+. Q+. You know who that is. What are the chances POTUS already signed the order to declass, and now we're just waiting for it all to be announced to the public? All right, am I missing something? Because he says you know who that is. Who is it? Has he gone over this? That's crazy. I mean, I took 7 days off, and we already know who Q+ is. I mean, I have a speculation, but is it in stone? Still not sure what the flag markers mean, even after almost a year. Referring to the flag markers that that Q posts into each thread. Anonymous, September 9th. New shill tactic is to smear Sean Hannity. Just so everyone understands, Q has directly told us to watch Hannity. Q also links us to Sarah Carta, who is literally on Hannity every single night. Hannity is a patriot. Very much so. Yup, behold, right here. If you think Hannity is legit when you are not awake, sorry. Right here, so he says, Professor teaching 9/11 conspiracy theories on Hannity. Again on Hannity. Seriously, Anons, I know some of you still cling to the likes of Fox News, Sean Hannity, Tucker, etc., but you must realize that they are clowns just like the rest of them. See for yourself. Here he is practically blowing Rumsfeld and throwing all sorts of smoke. Effing pathetic. Here we have two masters of deception feeding off each other. Wake up, people. Hannity is still just another limited hangout. Mockingbirds all. Corporate media is completely comped. Hannity sucked the bushes, you know what, for years. He decided to go full Trump to act against leftist media. Mockingbirds all. Shill's sowing division with deception along the boards. For those who don't know, there are teams of people being paid to do this kind of thing, namely David Brock's Share Blue group. They literally pay them to lie and disrupt all day long. And I know that you watched the Brett Kavanaugh, his meeting with in the court, the Supreme Court and everything like that. The people in the back that were yelling out and disturbing everything, there was pictures floating around the internet that I saw for a couple of days where they were actually, it's the same people getting tossed out, were previously getting paid to do it. And we all see this. We know Antifa is not grassroots. We know Black Lives Matter is not grassroots. All this is paid for by George Soros and David Brock, these people who are scum of the earth that want to recreate Nazi Germany here in America. It's insane. So, right here, Thomas Drake status, knowledge is power Q. This is from Q right here. Thomas Drake, brought to my attention that JTFMAGA.com websites has me prominently listed as part of their team. False. More shilling, more LARPing. Can categorically state, I'm not on their team. I am not a part of JTF MAGA, was never contacted by them and do not support them. Leave major cues about their integrity. Absolutely. PSA heard. Report for the president.org claiming I'm prominently behind it with my image on their website. However, I disavow any connection of any kind and I'm not part of their team. Was never contacted and they never... and they're using my name without my consent or permission in blatantly false advertising. That is not good. Thomas Drake is an NSA whistleblower, and frankly, I don't know what to make of him one way or the other. For a while, many Anons thought he may be Q himself. This guy right here, wearing the pennant right there. Pretty strange. Not the first time Drake was on the chance. He was thought to be a front runner for the main mastermind behind the Q team for a long time. Many found pics of him with the Q label pen, lapel pins dating back years. He could be involved, but I doubt it. Hard to judge his current reasons for making these tweets. It seems to read similar coded messages as Comey. ET all use Twitter for. I have problems with that theory, but instead of telling you what to think, which I don't ever want to do anyway, I'll lead you to this Wikispooks page, present what I'm going to present. Present what I'm going to present and allow you to make up your mind. Thomas Drake, NSA, ERE, in short, when confronted with the prospect of fessing up, NSA chose instead to obstruct the 9/11 congressional investigation, play dumb, and keep the truth buried, including the fact that he knew all about the inbound and outbound cells to Safe House switchboard in Yemen. The websites referenced in his tweets are JTF MAGA, Jack Posobiec is definitely a shill. He is a bum. JTF MAGA was created by fake MAGA journalist Jack Posobiec. The same one who has been pushing the microchip is QAnon hoax for some time now. Months ago, I announced a task force of pro-Trump vets, and IC was forming. We never stopped working on it. Many of the deep state stories you've read lately come from these 80-plus whistleblowers and American heroes. Now we have a name. JTF MAGA is coming. Mr. Benny himself is reporting for duty. The White Hats are punching back. And in case it isn't obvious from the page itself, JTF MAGA is one gigantic honeypot. Excuse me. The goal is to get patriotic Americans to sign up and take the oath presented below, and now you're on a deep state list. Absolutely. Patriot commitment to unite against corrupt government officials and media, current former intelligence officer, intelligent analysis and supporter, contractor, judge, lawyer, politician, patriot. I undersign, do solemnly swear, or affirm my oath to support and defend the Constitution of the United States of America against all enemies, foreign and domestic. This is strange. From Q Sauce, JTF MAGA was formed due to the suppression of vital intelligence and weaponizing of the U.S. government departments for political and financial motives. And to cover their crimes, we are a group of white hat deep state patriots from the intelligence, military, law enforcement, and judicial communities who have formed a supergroup of MAGA counterstrike patriots to expose and bring to justice former and present U.S. government personnel referred to as Black Hat Deep State. This includes politicians pertaining to their illegal surveillance and tactics and utilizing of various U.S. departments. We are committed to supporting President Donald Trump to make America great again, also to supporting every true patriot holding an office in the United States government, and to every true patriot candidate seeking a U.S. office. And not only is Posobiec involved, for Q may have hid in the dark, we walk in the light. Keep it going, Jerome Corsi. We all know about this. Definitely Mossad. He's linked to them. But so is our old Mossad friend, No Neck. The second site is much the same, but with more of an intelligence community spin to it, called Social Proof. For smarty pants, if you want, it's purports to be run by a bunch of folks close to the intelligence community, ones that claim to support Trump and want to give him intelligence that he supposedly doesn't already have, even supporting a super special MAGA deluxe login page for POTUS himself, LOL. Of course, this is all utter clown nonsense, and they've been attempting to get us, especially the QAnon influencers. Let me go off the record real quick of saying this, on the record, off this subject. If Hillary Clinton was involved, if she was president, if she won, do you understand that every one of us that were looking into this, that we would definitely be on probably a hit list? They want to get rid of us, that we are spreading the truth. Even if QAnon never came around and Hillary Clinton got in, she would totally suppress all right-wing, Republican, conservative, whistleblowing patriots, and probably have them on a list to be taken out. I mean, we would probably be in Walmart, FEMA camps, rounded up, and then poisoned or shot. That's what I suspect would have happened, and we dodged a huge bullet with that, right? But let's continue on. QAnon influencers among us, such as yours truly, mods at the Great Awakening subreddit and elsewhere, to jump on board. Join their site and hand over all of our private info while leading followers into the very same trap. I can't tell you how many times I've been sent this video this past week advertising this group. I would never follow this anywhere. Like, just look at that. I mean, just use just logic. I mean, look at that. Yuck. I can't tell you why. I'll tell you why. Because they don't look grassroots at all. They're not normal people. They're up in suits in a big studio and stuff. Get out of my face. But when I was watching this video, it just didn't feel right. Something about it just didn't sit well with me. He's using intuition. Which is the reason why you are seeing this from me now. The last attempt to get me to connect with this was made a few hours before Q posted, and I censored the name above because frankly I can't tell who was genuinely fooled by this video and trying to help me and who was trying to fool me. So I'll consider that my first real warning. Ostensibly, being targeted by the CIA for some kind of psyop. Thank you for your prayers. Those of you who pray for me, I think they helped here. Before we move on, though, it's important to know that the drama extended a bit further and involved Bill the Eternal Boomer Mitchell, Bill Mitchell, because that's his group that made the video Your Voice America. The Last Refuge on Twitter accused him of running a scam after doing some independent investigation of his own. So don't follow this Bill Mitchell guy, Mitchell VII. They don't sound like very good people, The Last Refuge. So yeah, he's basically not someone to believe. I never seen anything that would suggest that Your Voice America is deep state affiliated. Not that I follow them very closely because I haven't. Outside of catching a few of Bill's zingers here and there on Twitter, but now they're on my radar. JTF MAGA did try to save face, however. Thomas Drake 1, we have removed you from our list of prominent whistleblowers. You will not be contacted any further about these initiatives. Well, at least they're polite, honeypot, I guess. So, September 9th. I love shills now at this point. Even when this is over, some Assad clown crap will still be typing useless division tactics out of his frayed handbook onto an empty board. Some people just don't know when they have lost. Absolutely. Then Q comes back, I believe. Yes, Q comes back. Breitbart article linked 2 days prior to the article being published. Reconcile, note the time, 9:41, 100%. Note Apple stock images, 9:41, 100%. Reconcile. Attempts to deceive autist anons will fail. Absolutely. We are a threat to their livelihood, plus class. Do not let their attempts corrupt good organizations. Think OANN. They want you divided. Stay strong, stay together. Division keeps them in power. Absolutely. Q linked to a very special video Pasobic linked today and told us to look at 21 seconds in. Q linked right here. What did we find there? September 14, 2007, 2017, 9/16. Evidently, Microchip is a time traveler now. Microchip right here. Breitbart, London, Hungary builds a wall, cuts illegal immigration by over 99%. Chat's proving nothing, point proven. Absolutely. I've recently met the guy who made this, and boy, we could really have some fun if we wanted. You don't have to take my word for it. Just listen to the reader in the video. This stuff is pathetic. The only way to prove this would be to invite an objective third party, such as yours truly, onto the server to see for themselves. A point which I felt needed to be brought home again because Microchip immediately started spinning things as soon as Q's post dropped. Here's what Q-tards are now believed. See, anything that's negative of Q, I don't understand, like, how at this point you wouldn't believe. I just don't get that right now. So I just find, like, if somebody goes against Q and use the word Q-tard, I mean, it's just dumb. Like, come on. Oh, so this is the angle he wants to take, huh? Set up a pathetic false dichotomy and call anyone who says, hey, this doesn't look like a retard, huh? This is going to be too easy. It is. These people are stupid, right? Absolutely stupid. At this point, Microchip had been intermittently hooting at me like some kind of tree mammal for several days now, so I knew he'd be itching for a fight. So obviously, Neon Revolt goes after him. It's just sad. Weak arguments from a weak man. I have no problem reminding him he's weak, even as as his conscience sears itself. Because ultimately, he knows he's lying, and that makes him angry and emotional. Absolutely. Reminding him of his inconsistencies and how he was moved and how he moved his own goalposts over the weekend was strategic. First, he said he was going to end QAnon in 48 hours. Then it became 72 hours. And then I'm pretty sure at one point it even ballooned into a week. Either way, it was clear he needed more time to execute on whatever charade he was planning. One of Microchip's really transparent tactics, and I hesitate to relate his buffoonery to anything even remotely resembling tactics, is to try to control the battlefield and then get his foe to lose ground. Here, he keeps insisting it was code and then calling himself a great coder. One problem, no code was necessary in order to perpetrate any part of this hoax, and I intended to prove it in short order. So, yeah, basically he's just attacking this microchip guy. Just do not follow him. Bill Mitchell, Posobiec, all these people are just here to ruin you. Be wary of your surroundings with these things. Don't doubt, obviously it's so easy to figure out. I don't take microchips seriously, and neither should you. But he's the laughingstock of the internet now. But note how he's intentionally missing the point. Of course, I could make a better fake if I wanted to sit down and spend multiple hours on it. I didn't. I whipped this up in under 5 minutes as a proof of concept, and I keep whipping them up just to keep making fun of him. For the record, I was glad he noticed the formatting mistake, just something I picked up from the master himself. Intentionally making a mistake to draw one's enemy out so they can correct your mistake and expose themselves. Right here, Kyle Cheney. For someone who talks about this a lot, he consistently gets the tally wrong. It was 304 to 227. Right here, we see Donald Trump posted 306 to 223. But see, now I know why Microchip won't let me into his Discord server. It's his safe space where he lashes or where he hashes out his deepest, most vulnerable questions with his most trusted friends. He wasn't happy, and that's when he made his mistake. I almost couldn't believe he fell for it. Oh my goodness, yeah, this guy's a dummy. He said the exact font needed to fake screenshots. This is like a counterfeiter telling you you're using the wrong shade of green. He then went further, not realizing his mistakes, and repeatedly tried to discredit me by demonstrating how all my margins were wrong. Which is, exactly the kind of thing you would take into account if you were trying to make convincing fakes. For the record, I wasn't. I was just making fun of him and setting out some bait. Absolutely do not follow this guy. Bum. The best part of all of this is he has to use an image that has him saying P is literally stored in the balls to make his point. And then the delicious Morello cherry on top of this, QAnon Sunday, is that he didn't even spell margins correctly. Margins. Micro spell good. Micro big genius. I have to wonder now if he's intentionally missing the point or if that's just the drugs. Adderall addled brain at work. At this point, I have had what I needed, so I decided to make my exit. Mission accomplished. He's totally not a counterfeiter. He just knows all the particulars about counterfeiting screenshots for this very particular application and platform. You'll note I was much nicer to him this time around. Why I could have even seen us become great friends if he'd just given up the charade, but he needs to admit it all first and come clean to everyone. And oh my word, yes, we've got to go over the rest of this drop. First, Jack got caught in a lie. This is from today. Disclosing, for those asking, I talked to JTF MAGA when they were vets for Trump and met Josh in 2016 on the campaign trail. I am not a member of the group, nor am I one of their sources. VFT and JFT MAGA are separate groups as well. And here's the archive thread where he actually claimed the opposite 6 months ago. I had a screenshot of this before above. Months ago, I announced a task force of pro-Trump vets and IC was performing. We never stopped working on it, and many of the deep state stories you read lately came from these 80-plus whistleblowers and American heroes. Now we have a name, JTF MAGA. It's coming. Unbelievable. Secondly, it looks like Q is telling us that OANN is now comped by Mossad. Everything is comped by Mossad now, I'm finding out. Lastly, Q references a Tucker Carlson broadcast by directing our attention to his recent tweets. The organized left is lying about a segment we did on Friday. Our topic was diversity is our strength, a phrase our leaders use to end conversation rather than spur it. You hear it all the time. We ask, what exactly does it mean? Is it true? 2. Here are the words from our segment. How precisely is diversity our strength? Can you think of other institutions such as marriage and military units in which the less people have in common, the more cohesive they are? Number 3, do you get along better with your neighbors and coworkers if you can't understand each other or share no common values? And if diversity is our strength, why is it okay for the rest of us to surrender our freedom of speech to just a handful of tech monopolies? Absolutely. So this keeps on going. Last and final comments. Alex Jones and Associates attempt logical thinking. 021 Breitbart article linked 2 days prior to article being published. Reconcile. We went over this, obviously. Q shows us the discrepancy between the dates directly, and in case we weren't picking up on what he was putting down, but for the record, I think I broke microchip, guys. Hey, Neon Revolt, let me tell you what's really going on. You're a schizophrenic dumb F on a manic rage for the last few years because you ran out of lithium. See, it's just, yeah, he broke his brain. He short-circuited. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. And then he really spells it out. I like my version, though. That face, it just makes it perfect. Yeah, right here. Oh, my goodness. Q, knowledge is power, thanks and Godspeed. How do you know when something very big is about to drop? Attacks increase from all directions. Ready? The memes, FISA corruption. You have more than you know. Keep up the good fight. We stand together. Man the meme cannons. FISA inbound. Ready when you are. Q. Absolutely. So basically the whole point of this Neon Revolt article is watch who you follow. If they start acting strange about QAnon, if they start being, giving false information and going back on their word, just like Pasobic did with JTF MAGA, if you dig through it, you'll figure out that these people are garbage and they're liars and they're trying to divide us. Don't let it happen. Put your faith in God. Put your faith in friends, people you know, right? Put your faith in grassroots channels, YouTube channels like this one, Dustin Nemos. There's a couple out there that are good. I like that guy. He's a good person. I can tell you that. And that should be it for this podcast. I know it's a little sloppy, my voice. I kept mispronouncing words and just, I don't know. I got to get back into this. I'll put out a couple more videos. I might do it today. I don't know. I don't know yet. But if you found it informative and you enjoyed it, please subscribe to my channel. And please follow me on Twitter at True Reporting. If you want one of these t-shirts that just came in today, True Reporting on the front, where we go one all. That's what I did when I was at the Trump rally in Columbia, South Carolina, QAnon 17. If you like that, or a car decal, you could put it in your house, on your mirror, whatever you want to do. Put it on your laptop just to represent. All of the money goes back into this channel. I am waiting on my green screen. More stuff is coming, cups, hats, other stuff like that. It's going to be fun, guys. We will do a meetup. Like I said, I promised these. They finally got here. There are only 30. I have 15 larges, 5 small, 5 medium, 5 extra large. So 30 shirts all together. I believe that was 30. And yeah, if you want free shipping, donate to my Patreon. $10 or more will get you free shipping. These will be 5. These will be 22, no matter what size. Guys, that is it for me. Be careful out there, okay? This is going to be a big week. If they declassify that FISA, the FISA details, expect false flags. I can tell you that, because that is basically going to show full-on treason from an ex-president, from a past president, and from Hillary Clinton. A lot will be going down, guys, so be wary of your surroundings. Take care of one another, love one another, and we will talk to you really soon. Bye.